Hi everybody, Austin here and welcome to my bedroom. Today I'm going to be talking about some easy breathing and yoga exercises that you can do in your home or hopefully someday in your classroom. You can even teach your students. These simple exercises only take a few minutes to do and they make a huge difference not only on your physical well-being but also your mental well-being. A lot of teachers have found that if you just take a few minutes out of the day to do these things, then all other aspects of your day become better. You're able to focus more, you're able to think creatively, think critically, so it's worth the time investment to do this. Lisa Flynn is one of our speakers who spends a lot of time talking about mindfulness and different types of meditative activities that we can integrate into our academics. So I'm going to give you a couple of really easy tools that you can use. But first, I want to dispel some myths and rumors about this type of thing that you might be thinking. So if I say breathing exercises or yoga, you're probably thinking, yeah, but I don't have any stretchy pants like this. Well, good news, everybody. You don't have to wear stretchy pants to do this stuff. No, if you like it, fine. If not, you don't have to use it. All right. The next thing is, if you don't like granola, don't eat the granola. I happen to like it, obviously. I'm almost out. Next, you don't need a fancy water bottle. If you're going to do breathing and yoga stuff, just any old water bottle will do. Finally, you don't have to wear any kind of fancy like headband or anything, although I do like to rock the bald eagle headband when I'm doing my yoga and breathing exercises. Bam. What do you think about that? Okay, so let's get to it. First, we're going to do a breathing exercise called Pranayam, or alternate nostril breathing. Pranayam comes from the Indian word for something to do with breath. Okay, so it's really easy. Just sit comfortably and you can kind of support your hand. You can use your left or your right hand. You're going to support it. You're going to put your fingers over your nostrils and you're going to alternate closing off one nostril and breathing in, and then breathing out again. And when you get to the bottom of your breath, there's no more air left in your lungs, then you switch to the other nostril and then you breathe in. You hold it for a beat, just like a heartbeat. Then you breathe out. When you get to the bottom of your breath, you switch and you go back up with the other nostril. Okay? So I'm going to invite you to join me and do a little bit of alternate nostril breathing, some pranayam with me. We're just going to do this for a few seconds. So go ahead. If you're sitting comfortably, you can support your arm so that you're not just like holding your arm up in the air. I like to support my arm like this. And so it's also nice to close your eyes. Start with one nostril, doesn't matter which one you start with. And breathe in. When you get to the top of your breath, when your lungs are full, wait a heartbeat, and then exhale slowly. At the bottom of the breath, when there's no more air left in your lungs, switch nostrils and breathe in again. Out. Switch nostrils. Okay. After finishing that, I find that it's nice to take it just a few seconds with your eyes closed to feel your body. Just sit there quietly for a few seconds and let the breathing activity settle and notice anything in your body. This doesn't have to be anything else other than just being present in your body, okay? So some people who have taken yoga classes before. They might have some different ideas, or people bring in all kinds of different backgrounds to this type of activity. But for me, it's a very scientific and physiological activity. We do this. There's science that shows that quiet time and being present in your body helps to lower stress, especially the physical manifestation of the stress. And when we do these activities like breathing, then we allow our body, which holds the stress in physical ways. You feel a knot in your back and knot in your neck. After a long day, you just feel that. You know what I'm talking about, right? Then doing these activities allows the body to release those physical manifestations of the stress. This is a really easy one to do with your students. You can do it if you're right now working with your students online, e-learning. You can record a session and teach this technique to your students. You can even start a lesson with a little 60-second breathing activity. And I guarantee if your students do it, they're going to notice a benefit. It's worthwhile. It's worthwhile for you. If you are getting ready to record a lesson to send out to your students later, do some breathing exercises so that you're in a calm mental space and you're ready to go. Okay, so that's one. So that's the alternate nostril breathing and the pranayam. That's the first technique that I want to teach you. The second one is yoga. So yoga or asanas. There's two different names, same thing in our country, in the United States. It's physical, it's bending, stretching. There are dozens or even hundreds of variations on this. I'm going to teach you a very, very simple sequence of 5 positions that you can use, even if you're not in good shape. But if you're in good shape, then you'll get some benefit from this too. And I'll show you how to ramp up the difficulty, okay? So don't be intimidated by this. It's not a big deal. Again, you don't need any kind of special clothing. That's why I'm wearing my collared shirt. I'm wearing my dress pants. The only thing I recommend is that you take your shoes off. You'll notice the difference. It's worth it to take your shoes off. But everything else, not a big deal, okay? You can have a yoga mat or not. The yoga mat is optional. It can be, it can be nice or not. I often just do this on the bare floor, okay? Because it's just not a big deal, right? There's a lot of marketing surrounding yoga, and they try to market this lifestyle. Personally, I don't buy into all that stuff. I do this because it helps me physically, not because of some lifestyle thing. So I'm going to switch camera positions, and I'm going to show you the 5 things that we're going to do on the floor. All right, here we go. The first exercise is for centering, and it proves that you don't need a lot of space to do these exercises. Just extend your arms and close your eyes and turn around in a circle a few times. Not enough to get dizzy. Go slowly and breathe deeply. When you're finished, lower your arms and move on to the next exercise. Next, you need enough space to lay on the floor. You're going to lay flat down, arms to your side, bring your legs together up in the air, and at the same time, bring your chin to your chest. When you bring your legs up, you will inhale and then exhale as you lower your legs. Next up, we have the back bend. For this one, you're going to be on your knees and just lean your head back and brace yourself by placing your hands on your lower back. As you go back, breathe in and then breathe out as you move your chin back down to your chest. Really feel the stretch in your abdomen and chest area. Next up, we're going to do a bridge pose. Now for this one, if you feel any discomforts or have any issues, just go as far as you're able to comfortably. The more you do this position, the easier it will become. As you go up into the bridge position, really hold it for a second and feel that stretch going from your abdominal muscles all the way down through your thighs towards the bottom of your feet. Breathe in when you go into the bridge and then breathe out as you go back to a sitting position. Next, you may be familiar with this position as the downward dog. Start in a position where you're bending down, facing up, and then bring your body back, bring your butt up into the air, stretch, feel that in your armpits area, then come back down and arch your back up facing the sky. Breathe in when you go up, and then as you go back down, breathe out. Depending on your upper body strength, you can go all the way to the ground and then push yourself up, or you can go down and then arch back up in one swooping motion. You can really feel this one all throughout your body. It's one of my favorites. Now, when you're finished, we finish our asanas in another position called the child's pose. And it's very, very simple. As you see, all you do is get into a kneeling position, lean forward and rest your forehead on the ground. You're going to let your shoulders droop over your knees and feel that stretch in your upper back. Take this opportunity to just really let your back muscles relax and just kind of melt over the arch of your legs as you're bending over them. Take a few deep breaths and we are finished with our asanas. Okay, everybody, welcome back to my office recording studio. As you're finished, always remember to take off your super cool headband because other people just don't understand. Now, I recommend for these asanas that you start off, if you're a total beginner, just do 3 sets of each. So 3 spins, 3 back bends, 3 arches, 3 bridges, all of that stuff. Just go into the position and then release. 1, 2, 3, okay? If you do this every day, then within 1 week, you should increase your number by 2. So first week, you'll do 3 sets of each, and that should only take about 2 or 3 minutes to get through the whole thing. It's really fast. For the second week, add 2. So you're going to do 5 sets of each. Every day you'll do 5 sets of each of the exercises. And again, it just takes a few minutes. So every week, you're going to add 2 sets to each of the asana exercises until you reach about 21 or so sets of each. Now, if you get to where you're doing 21 sets of each movement in your session, and you feel like you want to do even more, then you can add a whole other session. So you could do a morning session and then an afternoon session, 21 in the morning, 21 in the afternoon. As you work your way up to that, I guarantee you will notice major benefits, not only in your physical well-being, you'll feel stronger, you'll start to sit up straighter, your posture will be better, but also you'll start to notice mental clarity improvements. You'll start to notice that your attitude is better, your mood is better. I'm a huge believer in doing these very simple yoga asana positions every day. I learned these from a friend who shared them to me and gave me a book called The 5 Tibetan Rites. And if you look this up, there's stuff all over the internet. You can even find different tutorials and different ideas about these 5 Tibetan rites. There are all kinds of different types of yoga. This is just one of them that I recommend because it's so easy for beginners to get into and you don't really need a teacher. Everybody thinks that they have to go to a yoga class if they want to do yoga. And I don't have anything against that. That's great. That can be really nice. But especially now when everybody's quarantining, we're trying to stay at home as much as possible. Having just a few really simple movements that you can do for major benefits is a really nice thing to have. Add that to your breathing exercises, your alternate nostril breathing, and you have a daily practice that can have a big impact on your life. Not only that, but also on your students' lives. You can integrate these into your classroom using the suggestions from Lisa Flynn and other speakers from the summit. You can teach these to your students and help them to center themselves and learn how to have that inner discipline over themselves so they can do better in their schoolwork and also in their lives. So this is a really, really powerful tool. I highly recommend it, and I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, please just ask. I'm always available. All right. See you soon.